Good morning, church. Welcome to our devotion today. In our devotion, we'll take a look at Matthew chapter 21, verses 12 onwards. Now, Jesus has just entered into Jerusalem riding on a colt, and the people have welcomed him by putting palm branches on the streets and removing their clothes, and they are praising Jesus. And Jesus has entered into the temple area through the sheep gate. Now, in verse 12 onwards, it says, "And Jesus entered the temple and drove out all those who were buying and selling in the temple, and overturned the tables of money changers and the seats of those who were selling doves. And he said to them, 'It is written, my house shall be called a house of prayer, but you are making it a robber's den.'" And then we see in verse 14, "And the blind and the lame came to him in the temple, and he healed them." Now we see over here the Mosaic Law required that the Jews pay half a shekel as temple tax when they came for any special function or any feast. Now here we see that there were money changers who were selling animals as well. And what they were doing was they were running a business in the church or in the temple, and Jesus did not like it. Therefore, he upturned all the tables and all. Now, why did Jesus not like it? See, firstly, these guys were exchanging currency, and they were changing currency for the Greeks and the Romans, the Jews that came from that area who came to the temple to worship. They would exchange their currency, and they were not exchanging it firstly at the correct rate. They were hiking the rate and exchanging the currency over there. And besides that, what they were doing was that only if you bought an animal from them were they exchanging the currency. So if you bought the animal, they were exchanging the currency. If you did not buy the animal, they wouldn't exchange the currency. So these people were running a business when it had to be a house of prayer. So Jesus, he does is he destroys all their tables and all their business. And just as Jesus quoted scripture to the devil when he was in the desert in Matthew chapter 4, we see that here he quotes out of Isaiah 56 verse 7, which says that my house should be called a house of prayer. And secondly, he quotes from Jeremiah 7:11, where there's a condemnation with reference to the people who dishonored the temple. So here we see that there were two kinds of people. One who were ready to pray and one who dishonored it. And here Jesus was condemning the people who were destroying or dishonoring the temple. Now, the narrative goes on to say that they were blind and lame, and Jesus had pity on them, and they were people who honestly came to seek God. And Jesus saw that they could not enter into the temple because of their deformities, so he just healed them and made them and gave them an opportunity to seek after God. So he cleansed the temple, and he also cleansed those who came to seek God. So one greater than the temple had arrived, and later on in the chapter, the authorities questioned Jesus as to who had given him the authority to do all these things. So this is our Devo for today. Have a nice day, guys.